Howdy, my name is Isha Mistry. I'm in section 512, and this is my Proteosome video project on the invasion of rusty crayfish. So its scientific name is Sphaxionis rusticus, and its common name is known as the rusty crayfish. So its natural habitat, firstly, it originated in the Ohio River basin that flows through Ohio and Indiana, and it prefers areas that are wetlands like streams and rivers, as you can see in the pictures onto the side, and it prefers areas that have small rocks and logs nearby. Other than the Ohio River Basin, it's now also found in several parts of North America, including the 5 Great Lakes in the US, as well as some streams in Canada. This is likely because fishermen used these rusty crayfish as bait and ended up living and thriving in other streams and rivers other than the Ohio River Basin. So, its sources of food. Rusty crayfish are opportunistic feeders. This means they can feed on almost anything in its area for its nutrition. It has a large variety of organisms to choose from for consumption. They will prey on animals that live closer to the sea floor, also known as bottom-feeding aquatic invertebrates, like aquatic plants, including the decaying ones, leeches, and other small aquatic invertebrate organisms. Its predator and prey relationship. So, some predators of the rusty crayfish can include smallmouth and largemouth bass, yellow perch, walleye. Basically, most larger aquatic invertebrates will prey on the rusty crayfish. The rocks and the logs that these crayfish like to live nearby are used as a shield to protect themselves from these larger predators. As stated before, the rusty crayfish prey on many types of aquatic invertebrates, including leeches, aquatic plants, clams, small fish. So there's a variety of choose from, indicating more of its opportunistic feeding relationship. So some unique and evolved traits. From evolving from the native crayfish to the rusty crayfish, you get the idea that they do not burrow into the ground like native crayfish do. By burrowing, meaning they dig into the sand or the dirt that they're living in order to improve the water flow and get nutrients. They also have significantly larger claws in comparison, as you can see in the two photos. This makes them more of an aggressive species, and it makes it easier for them to prey and feed on aquatic invertebrates. And according to recent cladograms that are purely hypothetical, they likely evolved from deuterosomes, their most oldest common ancestor. Some other evolutionary traits is that they're segmented bodies with joint appendages. They have an open circulatory system and a ventral nerve cord. So its tree of life location, as stated before, deuterosomes are its oldest common ancestor, and it shares a sister taxa with the nematodes. And it's in its phylum called arthropods, class Malacostrica, genus Sphaxionis, and its more specific species, as stated in its name, is rusticus. So its importance is that they're not beneficial to the life cycle or ecosystem at all. In fact, they're harmful because they're invasive species to the environment. They create competition for native crayfish species. Because they have such a large appetite, they reduce the food supply for native crayfish, as well as reduce the diversity in the ecosystem. Because they're more aggressive, most environmentalists prefer that those rusty crayfish not be in certain habitats. So here's a clip of the rusty crayfish.
Crayfish. And we're really interested in collecting rusty crayfish because they cause major impacts in lakes in this region. So they eat a lot of the aquatic plants and insects. That also causes the fish population to decline. Crayfish.
So here are my sources, as well as my picture citations that were not under the Creative Commons license. And the slide template is from SlidesGo. Thank you.